All right, everybody. Filipino martial arts, the 24th of June. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. Okay, let's get 2 sticks, please. All right. And we're going to spend a lot of time today with coordination drills. All right, and I have this pair of student grade sticks that I took to the Philippines and I did some water training, and this one's kind of curved, but I just like this pair of sticks, so I'm going to use them anyways. Ikis, make the X with the right, make the X with the left. Sticks up. Sticks here, this is completely acceptable. Or sticks here. Just so long as you're not expressing with one hand and this is down here, doing you no good, right? Raw beginners, they might be here. No footwork. This group is absolutely not made up of raw beginners. You're all high-level people, but we want to think about our practice in totality. So somebody who's brand new, no footwork, no body rotation or angulation. They're just trying to get the pattern right. And then later, yeah, they can, okay, I'm really comfortable. They can start articulating with some body rotation and some movement. All right, that's super easy for everybody. Empty 6, high inward, low backhand, high backhand. High inward, low backhand, high backhand. Empty 6. If that feels easy for you, which I know for most of you it is, do Ikis and empty 6. Ikis, 4 beats, and empty 6, 6 beats. Okay. Just kind of looking at everybody moving through here. Okay, beautiful. Time. All right. And just remember with empty 6, it's your arm at the elbow that makes it go high and low rather than your wrist, right? So the most common error that I'll get is something like that, where it's all wrist, and that's just not empty 6. There will be abanico type, which we'll actually get to today. There will be some abanico type combinations, but that's not what we're doing there. Okay, tuck the left under the right. Redondo 6. For training, you can express these all as pure lateral, right? That's lateral. I know this stick is curved. Maybe I should grab another stick. It's kind of undercutting my point here. This is like true lateral, right? These are lateral lines. When you have a partner, though, you wanna express it as diagonals. Otherwise, your partner won't be able to pick it up. I know that's but like, if you're truly, this is a lateral line, that for fighting, that's really good because that's a hard line to deal with, especially double stick. When we're mirror training it though with a partner, you want to stick to more diagonal lines, okay? If it goes point down over your head, it's going to be umbrella 6. But it's the same pattern, inward, backhand, inward, inward, backhand, inward. Point down, it's umbrella. Lateral, it's redondo 6. So you all know this by now. The visual that I use, it seems to work for most people, adults and children, this is helicopter blades. Even though I know, again, of course, helicopter blades would be fixed and spin on nothing but that line, but that visual seems to work for most people versus going point down with umbrella 6. All right, and you've all heard me say this before again, but just one more time. Why do we have those 2 variations? Redondo is good when you have the advantage and you're just going to take somebody out. Maybe you're literally entering their space to hit them multiple times. I'm so sorry. Umbrella 6 is better for when you're probing. Maybe you're fighting somebody you're scared of, or somebody for whom you have a lot of respect, and you just want to, okay, how did they react to that first shot before I even try those additional beats? Okay. And then just to add to your technical knowledge, the way that it's been taught to me, all of the 6-beat combinations, which is most of what we're going to spend our time doing today, if you only express one side of it, you call it the name of the combination and then 3. So for example, I could do empty 3, redondo 3, and umbrella 3. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. Which brings us to the most popular pattern in probably all of double stick combination drills, Heaven 6. So we have an expression in Dog Brothers, which is pretty good. Consistent use of terminology in the Filipino martial arts is forbidden, because they all have different names for the same stuff. All right, so the reason I'm saying that, in some systems that I've trained, the minute you pick up 2 sticks, you're doing sinawali. That means like the area of 2 sticks. In other systems, you're only doing sinawali if you're doing a pattern that weaves between the sticks, like Heaven 6, okay? One system that I studied for a while, if I'm doing ikis, that's a double stick pattern. The minute that I go to Heaven 6, I'm doing sinawali because it weaves. All right, again, I'm just sharing this because I think it's interesting. In my organization, try to remember the names if you can. That's great. That way we preserve. We're about preservation. We're not collectors. I'm not going around collecting knowledge or techniques, trying to preserve it. If you can't remember the terminology, if it's got some weird name, try to remember it in English, or try to come up with, if it helps you remember it, come up with your own name if it's going to help you learn it. Okay, so Heaven 6, inward, close, backhand open, backhand tuck, inward, close, backhand open, backhand tuck. That's my own nomenclature that I came up with. Not inward, backhand, because everybody always calls it that way, but to make this as learnable for as many people as possible. Inward, close, backhand, open, backhand, tuck. Inward, close, backhand, open, backhand, tuck. Then you take those secondary commands off. Inward, backhand, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand. The one that people very often need, though, is the tuck. That's where they have trouble. Inward, backhand, backhand, they're all good. And then just remind, oh, tuck that. Oh, okay. All right. And then once they have that, then again, the goal is to try to pull out that missing beat. Even if that's a little fast, you want that steady 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you have it, you have a really good grasp of it. What you want to eliminate is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's Heaven 6. Inward, backhand, backhand. If we stick, oh, and fun fact, as it's been taught to me, Guru Inosanto's mom came up with the name Heaven 6. Because it's all high, the high shots, we tend to say, heaven, right? Heaven, standard, earth, right? So heaven is high, standard in the middle, and then earth low, right? So this is This is heaven 6. Standard 6, high inward, low backhand, high backhand. So it's the same pattern. You're just going high, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, high. In my experience, this is the hardest one for most people. I'm not saying that's gospel truth. That's my experience. Your students might be different. Okay, that's standard. Standard is a good exemplar. You want to keep all your shots diagonal, right? This is diagonal, 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 especially when working with a partner. Because if you're mirror training it, your partner's going to have a harder time picking up those lines if they're lateral, again, rather than diagonal. Which that'd be a little hard with this pattern, but you get my meaning. Earth 6, low, low, low. Low inward, low backhand, low backhand. Low inward, low backhand, low backhand. Low inward, low backhand, low backhand. All of these you can play with. When I start with my right hand unchambered, I'm in a right lead, and I change leads at the midway, whichever one I'm doing, at the midway point. Right lead, left lead. Right lead, left lead. I'm giving you multiple levels to experiment with, right? Again, somebody brand new might be here. No footwork, just trying to swim, right? Trying not to drown in the deep end of the pool, trying to keep their head up above water. That's fine. It's I like to say we teach the people that are actually in front of us. And I mean, yeah, we want to push them a little bit. We want to maybe slightly get them past their comfort zone, but we don't teach. I'm not teaching you as I imagine you're going to be 10 years from now. I'm teaching the group that's in front of me, okay? This is also really important when we think about getting back to traditional face-to-face classes. I mean, yes, we all want our students to be successful. We all want our students to all the way to black belt or apprentice instructor or whatever, full instructor, whatever it is. But I'm not teaching my beginner class like those 5 beginners are the full instructors that they're going to be like 12 years from now. Where are they right now? And if you can think about serving the needs of the students who are actually in front of you, that's really where you want to put your energy. Okay, so that's all phase 1, everybody, is Ekis, empty 6, Redondo 6, umbrella 6, heaven 6, standard 6, earth 6. Those are all the double stick coordination drills required over the 3 levels of phase 1, okay? Now one of the benefits of having a written curriculum is you can check yourself. Sometimes I will admit, especially in the last 2 years, I'm like, no, I remember what I wrote, and then I go and look and, oh, that's at a different level. So every now and then, I mean, the written curriculum is really just a roadmap, but every now and then it's good to go back and clarify. Okay, alto de bajo, odd 12, or alto de bajo, La Costa 8, and odd 12. All right. So everybody tuck your left under your right. Inward, backhand, inward. Close, backhand, backhand, tuck. So there's a prefix. This is basically heaven 6, but you have a prefix here. Inward, backhand, inward. Close, backhand, backhand, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, don't ask me why, and I'll go over it again, don't worry. The old masters count the prefix leading to the first full shot as one beat. So you count this like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the way they do it, okay? So inward, backhand, inward, close, backhand, backhand, tuck. Inward, backhand, inward, close, backhand, backhand, tuck. This one is more wrist. And that should help you because most people want to do empty 6. This is not empty 6. Empty 6 as a prefix would be to end with a high backhand. This is inward, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand, inward, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand. And it's more wrist than your arm. So this should help you differentiate this. If your body's like, oh yeah, empty 6. Nope, this is a whole other thing. Okay, so inward, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand, tuck, inward, backhand, inward, close, backhand, backhand, tuck. Let me just see you run through that. If you got it, yeah, nice. Just watching everybody kind of move through it. Nice job. Good. Okay. Lacoste 8 count. This is going to be so easy for you. It's heaven 6 with one additional low backhand that is done with your elbow as the fulcrum, like empty 6. So just watch. High inward, low backhand, 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 tuck. High inward, low backhand, 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 tuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an early Dog Brothers combination. At least they adopted this because what they like is that you're fighting over your shoulder. Boom, boom. Then I change leads. Okay, so if heaven 6, remember, was inward, backhand, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand. Now just do inward, low backhand with that same hand, then close, backhand, backhand. So it's just one additional beat. And this one is your elbow fulcrum, not the wrist, unlike the last one. The alto de bajo is the wrist, like an abanico type motion. 8-beat combination. Just kind of watch everybody. Okay, time. Everybody looks pretty good. Okay. This one in my curriculum, and I think now we have 2 or 3 people that have full memberships. This might be mismarked in my curriculum. I need to go back and change it. This pattern really should be called odd 12 because it's got 6 beats on each side. And just brain lapse. For a long time, I used to just call it odd 6, kind of ignoring the rule that I just explained to you, right? If I only do one side, that's redondo 3. If I only do one side, that's heaven 3. So this is a 6-beat combination on both sides. So it really should be referred to as odd 12. One of my students was going through the craze, like, why is it marked as odd 6? And I was like, good call, because I made a mistake. Okay, if I'm following that rule, if you do one side, it's odd 6. Okay, so stay with me. We'll spend some time on this. We're getting into the phase 2 coordination drills, everybody. It's phase 2. It's harder than phase 1. That's why it's not phase 1. I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but this might be where we lose some people, and I'll do my very best to break it down for you the same way every time I teach it. Okay, tuck your left under your right and listen for a few moments before you try it on your own. You start on, right now we're on our right side of our body. Your sticks are on your right side. Whether this is up or here, it doesn't matter right now. This is on the right side. The first 2 beats go through to the other side of your body, and the remaining 4 beats stay on that new side. Just watch. I'm on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm on the left side of my body. The first 2 go through. 1, that's on the right side of my body now. 2, this is on the right side of my body now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay on the new side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 go through. 2, 4, stay on the new side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or the full pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 2 go through, and you're going to have 1 chambered on your shoulder until 3, and then it goes under your arm for 4, 5, and 6. Right? So 1, see how this is chambered on my shoulder? 2, 3, and then as I hit 4, it goes under my arm, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm keeping all these shots diagonal in case you and I were mirror training this so that you can actually pick those up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yep. And not to make a bad pun, not to tell dad jokes, because I am a dad. This one, there are a few things about it that it makes this pattern a little odd. Okay, I know that's like a really bad. That's just how I remember it. It's odd 12. How do I remember? It's the one that's a little odd. And what's odd about it? The going from chambered on my shoulder for 3 to under my arm, that's kind of a different motion than I encounter in a lot of double stick patterns. The other thing that makes this a little odd is I end on both sides with the untucked stick. And that's very rare, that hits and it doesn't end up like under your arm. That's kind of novel, kind of odd within the realm of double stick drills. So 2 go through, 4 stay on the new side. 2 go through, and 4 stay on the new side. Okay? So let's go over everything that we just learned, because purple belt, you gotta learn the heaven, standard, and earth variation of everything that we just did. So, left under your right, alta de bajo. Remember, this is the one with the prefix. Inward, backhand, inward. Backhand, backhand. Inward, backhand, inward. Backhand, backhand. That's alta de bajo. And technically, that's alta de bajo, heaven. That one, don't worry, that's going to be probably the easiest one for you in a moment to learn the standard and the earth. Super simple. La Costa 8 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So La Costa 8 count is heaven 6 with an additional low backhand that the fulcrum for which is at your elbow. So you're using your arm a lot. It's got kind of the feeling of the first 2 beats of odd 6. I'm so sorry, of empty 6, excuse me. of empty 6, pardon me. This is your Lacoste 8 count. Then odd 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or if you need to count it in sixes to make it easier on yourself, 1, 2 go through, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay on the new side. 1, 2 goes through, 3, 4, 5, 6 stays on the new side. Okay? So let's start with alto de bajo because it's going to be the easiest for you. Okay, so one rep, what we were doing, alto de bajo heaven. So inward, backhand, inward, high backhand, tuck. Inward, backhand, inward, high backhand, high backhand. Okay, so standard, the prefix never changes, but you're going to go low backhand, high backhand. Inward, backhand, inward, low backhand, high backhand. Inward, backhand, inward, because the prefix never changes. Low backhand, high backhand. So that's alto de bajo standard. Alto de bajo earth, your follow-up backhands are both going to be low. The prefix never changes. Low backhand, low backhand. High inward, low backhand, high inward, low backhand, low backhand. Okay, so that one's very simple. Alto de bajo heaven, even though that's got the prefix has a low shot in it, it doesn't matter. The backhands are what differentiate them. So 2 high backhands, that's alto de bajo heaven. Low, high, that's alto de bajo standard. And then 2 lows, that's alto de bajo earth. Okay. Lacoste 8 count. So let's get 1 rep. High, low, high, 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 low, high, high. Okay, that's all, even though there's this low shot, and that won't change on the second beat, that is Lacoste 8 count heaven. Lacoste 8 count standard. High, low, high, low. 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 Okay? So Lacoste 8 count standard. That's what we just did. So heaven, high, low, high, high. Standard, high, low, high, low. Earth, high, low, low, low. 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 Lacoste 8 count earth. High, low, high, high. Lacoste 8 count heaven. High, low, high, low. Lacoste 8 count standard. High, low, 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 low. Too many lows. High, low, low, low. Lacoste 8 count earth. Okay. So you're all a quiver with anticipation. Odd 12. The second and the fifth beats. Well, let's do 1 rep. Let's do heaven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or I could count them separate as sets of 6, which I will probably have to do for standard to teach this all to you. So that's odd 12 heaven, where everybody's got that. Odd 12 standard. Beat 2 and beat 5 are low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Very simple. So that's, we have odd 12 heaven, we have odd 12 standard, odd 12 earth couldn't be easier. Everything's low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 go through and 4 stay on the new side. Once you know it though, it takes longer to say the mnemonic than to just do the pattern. Okay, so that just took you all through phase 2, double stick coordination drills. Blue belt, which is an intermediary belt, that's the 4th level, meaning belt only, is the introduction to the heaven variants of those 3 patterns. Purple belt, you're learning those heaven, standard, and earth. We are going to look at some phase 3 because why not, all right, in a moment. And let me just say this. Again, I'm not a collector. I'm interested in preservation. These are, it's very tempting, especially if you're struggling. Nobody here is really struggling because you're all awesome martial artists with great backgrounds. It's very tempting when you're struggling to kind of have the attitude, well, who cares? What difference does it make if that was supposed to be high and I did it low? And then think about these patterns if you play a musical instrument, which I don't do to anywhere near the proficiency level that I wish I did, but I do at the level where I can make this analogy. If you think about your chords have to be learned correctly. You can't say, well, what difference does it make? Well, the difference it makes is you did it incorrectly. Okay, so here you have fundamental Sinawali or double stick principles that are being taught to you through a series of patterns. You've got to learn the patterns to be able to bend and break the rules. Otherwise, you're just doing whatever, period. If you're just going to do whatever, comma, then you should just go off and grab 2 sticks and do whatever, comma, good luck, period. Okay? But if you actually want to learn how to do it, we got to learn our chords. Then you have your foundation, and then you can go off and break the rules and bend the rules and start to express yourself, which I guess in this convoluted metaphor would be writing music. But let's do some training before I talk about music anymore and belabor the metaphor. Okay, so brown belt. I know I'm off camera. I'll be right back. Just want to check myself to make sure I'm teaching you the right things. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, because you're all. I think I have a sense of how most everybody on this class learns, and you're gonna pick this up very quickly. Okay, double odd 6. Double odd 6. Hit and retract. Backhand inward. Isn't that easy? Hit and retract. Backhand inward. So watik, and then backhand inward. So hit. Don't go through and go through. Hit and retract, backhand inward, hit and retract, backhand inward. If you go high, low, high, high, low, high, you're doing standard. If you do all low shots, you're doing double odd 6 earth. Okay, so heaven, hit and retract, everything's high, right? Everything's high. Standard, high, low, high. High, low, high. Earth, everything's low. Hit and retract, backhand inward. Super easy, okay? So double odd 6, really simple. Okay, Abanico 6. Abanico 6 and all of its variables, all right? And here's where I could see very easily how you might be tempted to say, well, this is organized despair, Guru Bryan. Everybody who's here, I'm gonna be able to just summarize this conceptually for you, and you'll get it. So, high abanicos, right? 1, 2, 3, backhand, backhand. 1, 2, 3, backhand, backhand. And from your perspective, your first shot no matter, let's go with the right side here. I've told you this story before. We got into some discussion that turned into an argument as to whether this angle that I'm expressing right here is a forehand or a backhand. I don't want to continue that conversation here. However, you're going to remember it. Okay? One thing that occurs to me to standardize it, when you're starting with your right side, you're always attacking the left side of the body, whether that's high or low. That might be one way to remember it. Yep. And then when you're using your left hand, you're always attacking the right side, whether it's the temple or maybe like the elbow. That's one way to remember it. If you come up with some super cool way to remember it, please share it with me. And again, like always, if I use it, I will always give you credit for it because you came up with it. But then you're helping everybody have another methodology for learning. Okay, anyways, high, 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 backhand, backhand. High, 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 backhand, backhand, high, 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 backhand, backhand. Right? Most everybody did it. Low, 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 backhand, backhand, low, 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 backhand, backhand. So keeping in mind that we always attack the side of the body that we're attacking. When we're starting right hand, we're attacking the left side of their body. Now we're going to go high, low, high, backhand, backhand, high, low, high, backhand, backhand. And then low, high, low, low, high, low, backhand, backhand, low, high, low, backhand, backhand. Those are the requirements. 3 high, 3 low, high, low, high, low, high, low. If you really wanted to do them all, this is a simple way to remember it. Outlier is first. High, low, low, backhand, backhand, high, low, low. That's, and then I would switch. That's outlier is, and then we would have low, high, high, backhand, backhand, low, high, high, backhand, backhand. Outlier is first. Outlier is last. High, high, low, backhand, backhand, high, high, low, backhand, backhand, low, low, high, backhand, backhand, low, low, high, backhand, backhand. If you do all those, which you don't have to, because again, only triplets high, triplets low, high, and low, high, low. That's all I'm requiring you to learn. But if you can remember those, if you care to do all of them, that's how you do them. Outlier is first. High, low, low. You do that on both sides. Low, high, high. And then outlier is third. High, high, low, or low, low, high. And then you've just done all the possible combinations, okay? And for all of these, whichever one you're doing, if you do high, backhand, it's heaven. So if I go 3 high, low backhand, high backhand, it's standard. And if I do whichever prefix I'm doing, low, low, it's earth. Okay? So with that, rather than demanding that you actually run through all the variables right now and we eat up the entire class, hopefully conceptually you understand, if you had the time and you cared to, how you could run through all the possible variables. 3 high, heaven, is going to be with double high backhand. 3 high, standard, low backhand, high backhand. 3 high, earth, low, low. And then you could run through the heaven, standard, and earth of triple low. So you have triple high, triple low, high, and low, high, low. And rather, again, if I make you do all those variables right now, that would have eaten up our entire class. And I'd rather just give it to you conceptually, and you decide if you want to work on it on your own. For testing, all I would need is if I call that out, that you're able to do it. Let me see, high, standard. High, low backhand, high backhand. High, low backhand, high backhand. That's all I care about. That that if I ask you to do something, you could do it. That's the, do I need to see every variable? No. Okay, I just need to know that you understand it. Okay, oh, let's finish up roof 6, and then I'll stop on time, amazingly. Inward, draw the roof block, backhand inward. Inward, draw the roof block, backhand inward. And then that, as you draw that roof, that can turn into that backhand inward. Inward, draw the roof, and backhand inward. If it's high, 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 it's standard. If it's high, low, I'm so sorry, if it's 3 high, it's heaven. Please excuse me. If it's high, low, high, it's standard. If you do everything low, it's earth. But that's roof 6. Roof 6, heaven, high, 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 high. Roof 6, standard, high, low, high, high, low, high. Roof 6, earth, low, 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 low. Okay, so that was pretty good. We got through all the coordination drills through brown belt. And then there are a few more at red belt / phase 3. Okay, so we can put 6 down. I'm actually going to end on time here. Just want to remind everybody again, tomorrow a special CLOT session, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. It will get recorded. It will get uploaded to my YouTube channel. It does count towards my commitment of 100. If you're free, please join us. If you're not free, you can always go back and watch it because I'll upload it, okay? Oh, and then I'm so sorry, anybody watching, to formalize your training relationship with me, please go to stoopsomalc.com. Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indonesian, French and Dog Brothers, Japanese. Thanks, everybody. That was really fun. See you next week. Hopefully see you tomorrow.